Just kidding. It's Sunday. We don't do focus on Sunday. Hello everyone. Here I am. How are we doing? I have many regrets. One of them, the clothes that I'm wearing, I thought it's just a short stream. I'm not gonna be serious today, so I can get away with this plastic. Nah, it's too late now. It's too late now, so I'll just suffer. How are we doing? Who is wearing a flower crown? I'm the only one, right? Again, you make me be all alone with my flower crown. Dang it. How are we doing? Hi, Kippy. How are you doing? Your time zone. I'm worried. Are you okay? Or are you just working out at night? I know people who like working out at night. Hi, Millie. Hi, Wisdom. Hallo, de Mustafo. Hi, papa. Ik bel jou straks, oké? Ik ben het niet vergeten. Today is another uncomfortably warm day. I've decided to put on my crazy inventor hat and figure out. No! Wisdom! No! Where's your flower crown? Flower crown! I'm gonna be the only one for the rest of my life. It's sad because the happiness, the happiness that you get from just a few flowers. Hey Tori, I love your chickens. I wish I could have chickens. Chickens are amazing. They scare me, real actually, kind of, really, but also I love them. Uh, now, KP, I'm wearing plastic, and it's not okay. I don't know how we ever agree to have plastic clothing. It's not a fabric, people. Plastic is not a fabric. Uh, but I didn't know what to wear, so this was the first thing I saw, and I have many regrets. I couldn't think anymore. I've already depleted my willpower for the day. I'm looking forward to going back to bed. Hi, Tylos. How are you today? Hello, Cyclops. Plastic at heat is never good. Nah, well, no, it's not, is it? And seriously, the clothing part, we should really ban plastic clothing because it's torture. I don't know why I did it to myself. I should just throw it away. But that's a waste, you know. And then it's gonna be in a landfill. I don't want that either. So, but maybe during a heat wave, I shouldn't do this anymore. Speaking of which, is this just how it's gonna be for the rest of the year? Because if that's the case, I need to make some phone calls because I can't deal. Danny, is this how it's gonna be? Just because I looked at the weather forecast and it's just torture from here on out. I'm so upset. I'm so sorry. I'll be better once we start talking about books. But I'm struggling actually, and I'm not gonna cry now. Maybe after stream, but I don't like this at all. If you love summer, please enjoy it for me too. To balance it out, I will do the same for you during winter, but this is not my time. How do you feel about the forecast, Daddy? Because maybe you like it. You just can't sleep. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I didn't get a lot of sleep either. It's just too hot, and I do have my little fan here. I decided to put it here because if it's straight in my face, I wear contacts, and they did you know that if you're a girl and you wear contacts and you cry while wearing makeup, your contacts will really hurt a lot? So I'm already dealing with that, and having the fan in my face, I don't think I will. I'll be able to. I'll crash. I'll crash. Let's not do that, because Blue has a 90 stream streak. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Oh, how are you doing today? Thank you for the hydrate, Kippy. Het is Flower Crown Sunday. Ik draag bloemen op mijn hoofd op zondag. Omdat de wereld in de fik staat. En yeah. I'm sorry. I should start talking about books because I'm genuinely very sad today. But thank goodness we have books, and I managed to get a few when I went to the library to bring back a few books last week. And I have yet to talk about them. I kept them for Sunday on purpose, and I'm very, very happy that I did. So good job, past me. Because otherwise I don't know what I would have talked about today. It's just sadness, and I don't want to talk about sadness. Humans are silly, okay? Humans are silly, and I don't like it. I wanna go. Your flowers have wilted, KP. No, get some new ones. Go get some new ones. Danny, I am disappointed. I am disappointed of everyone. I thought it would be you. Oh, you're going to get groceries now? Now, Millie? I mean, I don't know actually where you are. Maybe I do, but I'm not sure. Good. Oh, the sunscreen. This is also, look, listen, being autistic is really, I understand if some people think it's annoying that when people are autistic and especially late diagnosed that they have to bring it up often. But for me, it's just because I haven't treated myself as autistic. And only after I realized why I struggle so much during summer, and certain other life things that other people do without thinking on a daily basis, I have to plan out. And one of the things is I hate taking a shower because it just takes a long time as a woman, or just, I mean, I guess anyone with long hair. It's just a thing. It takes forever. You have to wash it twice if you like me try to go at least a week without having to wash your hair. But when you're wearing sunscreen every day, you start to look like you haven't showered in 3 weeks. After 2 days. Hold on. Oh my God. Not my mailman, almost making me cry. Speaking of dirty hair, that's my dry shampoo. Give me a moment. That terrified me. That was my bell, by the way, if you don't know why. It sounds like that because they installed a doorbell that is normally used in houses, family houses that have like a second or a first floor and in the roof, attic, so that if you are in the attic, you can still hear your bell. I live in a studio, so there's really only one room, and it's humans. Humans. Loki, isn't it a tiara and a crown? What's the difference? Wait, Dev, what's the difference? Hello, welcome in. I don't confuse me today. I'm this close to crying. It's really silly. I don't like this weather. I already have to shower. I don't want to shower. I showered like 3 days ago. Like washed my hair 3 days ago. I wash myself every day. Don't start. Don't start. But I just don't wash my hair every day. I feel like it's unnecessary normally, but now it's a nightmare. And even though I don't go outside, I still put on sunscreen every day because I have a lot of windows, and it comes inside anyway. Right now, even with sunscreen. So learn to accept my autism. I'm working on it, Annie. But the thing is, I was conditioned to not listen to myself, and instead of learning how to regulate myself, I was just forced to force myself to behave, and then at night I would cry for 3 hours. So I don't know. This is why autism research has to be done for girls, because a lot of the times it's missed in girls because the girls were not taken into account when they did their initial research on autism. So the symptoms are really different. There's this thing that's called masking that women do even at a young age. So it's just missed, and you end up being like me, very upset about everything and having no clue what to do about it because I wasn't taught any ways to regulate myself. In a situation like this, especially. Plus, I don't have anyone to help me with certain things. It's not okay. Probably not the rest of the year, Millie. If that is the case, I don't know. I don't know. I won't survive. Hello, Dan Carter. My weekend so far, hot. What about yours? And this is the thing. It's only now summer. Yes, this I agree with. Just don't move because sweat everywhere, gushing, gushing. And the reason I'm upset about it is because there's no end in sight, and there was supposed to be a little break, and I was really hanging on to that break of like 25 degrees, which is normally already something that upsets me. There's no such thing. It's just going to be over 30 degrees where I live for the next 14 days at least. And that is, for me, is torture. It actually is torture. I can't go outside. I can't do groceries. I can't function. So genuinely, it's a good thing that I decided to do this silly readathon in June, especially if this is going to keep going with the, you know, but the way heat waves have been very kind to visit us earlier and earlier in the season. Uh, and I have something to distract myself with, right? I am absolutely a winter person. I am a cozy darkness winter person, and I dream of the day that I can move so far north that there are a few months of the year that the sun doesn't even appear at all. I'm so sorry. I'll be fine in a little bit, okay? It used to start cooling off in September. Now the heat stays till late in October and sometimes in November. Yeah, I agree, Cyclops. That November isn't November anymore. And I know for a fact because I love November and it's becoming less and less my favorite month because it's not the same. Hello, Olga. Your fingers are swollen. Yeah, it's it's just not something I'm used to. For one, to have this much heat, and I think almost all people in the Netherlands can say that. But some people, you know, don't get overwhelmed by general life on a daily basis. You can't stand cold. I love snow, but not the shivering. But if you have to acclimate a little bit, and if you walk around, you'll get warmer. Uh, Good thing I'm not a girl, so I can cry while wearing makeup. You can cry whenever you want. Most people will just ignore you. I promise. Hi, Jungas. I'm having a day. It's a day. It's a day. Does watching World Cup matches count as a pagan ritual for the summer solstice? Oh, that's why. That's why people are up so late. I was so confused. I was like, what is happening? This is supposed to be my quiet time. Why is everyone outside? It's World Cup. I keep forgetting. Right. I don't know. I think you have to. You can decide that for yourself. For me, paganism is about what works for you. No, no, not today. Not today, Kippy. No, 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 nay today. Today we just have a chat. It's Sunday. A Sunday we don't really do anything. Me go where? I want to go to the north of Sweden, someday, hopefully. But that depends how things go if the world doesn't end before that. Because I don't know, man. Things are wild, aren't they? You're having a very lazy Sunday. You're good, Jungas. Especially now. That's good. Thank you, Tori. Thank you. I just feel disgusting. I just feel ill. You know. So, but I got my I got dry shampoo. So I guess I can fix it. Okay. That you're not wearing a flower crown, Daddy. How dare you? Libraries are important. Yes, bucket list. A lot of knowledge is stored in those places. Plus, these days, they are, because less people read, a lot of the libraries, especially smaller local ones, organize community events and do a lot more than just, you know, store books and lend you books. Sometimes there's just artists. There's even a few libraries that I know of that have small galleries for local artists. So it's really worth checking out your local library. And the bigger ones, I'm not sure about the smaller ones because I don't look there anymore. But I know for a fact that the bigger ones often have, well, in the Netherlands, I don't know for other countries, have video games and a lot more than just books. That's what I'm trying to say. So just walk in and look at the board to see what's up. A pixie cut, I have grown it out just now. But the thing is, if I have it short, I can't put it up. You don't want to know how much I cried about my hair. Because this is a struggle as well. Yeah, no, I had it cut short, and I in the winter, and then I thought, this is great, this is amazing, it's cute. I don't have to do anything about it because it just looks cute if I just mess it up a little bit. And then it became summer, and I couldn't get it out of my neck, and just thinking about it, I want to cry. That was the worst. Well, and I don't want a pixie cut. I had just short. I don't want to have a really short hair for trauma reasons. So to have it just cut short is not an option for me either. This way I can at least like braid it and put it up and keep it out of my neck. But yeah, I don't know. I can't sleep due to the heat. My apartment is a constant 25 degrees no matter the window. 25 degrees? Oh, I mean, I'm so sorry, Tylos, because I understand that for your um, default, that's a hot. But for me, right now, that would be lovely. It's at the moment, it's 28 degrees, and it's going to be at least 30 by tonight. I would change that bell. I did change it, Chungus! That is the changed bell. That is without the cover. It was even louder before. It's madness. I tell you, they got an architect from Craigslist to make sketches for this building, and then they got the cheapest workers from Craigslist as well. And now I live here, and it sucks. You know what, Danny? I have considered just shaving it all off multiple times a year. But I don't think I will like it in the long run. Plus, growing it out, I think that will be really upsetting. No, I can't even. No, I would have to be just clean shaven for the rest of my life, and I don't think I would enjoy that. I couldn't go out in the sun. Do you put sunscreen on your head? Please do if you don't, because that's a thing I always worry about. Please do. Exactly, Jungus. You shouldn't even wash your hair too often. It's bad for the hair and the scalp. So, yeah, this is also true. So, in case you also get overwhelmed, okay? Because I promise you, I wash between my toes more than you do, even if you take a daily shower. Because I clean myself every morning and every evening. It's just the washing of the hair that I struggle with, because it just takes drying everything around it is so upsetting. I can't bear it, and that leeches me off so much energy that I genuinely have to make sure that I have at least 2 to 3 hours after to lie down so I can get my just overall energy back. It's freaking autism, man. I don't know. If I did, I'd do something about it, because I am not enjoying this state of affairs. I would rather just have fun and not be on the verge of crying because of the sun. It's stupid. Yeah, all the asphalt and the buildings, the walls, if they had been thicker, it would be different, but capitalism, man. So at night, even if it cools down until I don't know, a decent temperature, the building itself, it just can't cool down. I learned a lot about heat retention since I lived here. Danny, just when I caught up, don't you? I'm gonna hit you with this biggest one. Shall we talk about books? I caught up. You're so quick. You're all so quick, and I'm so slow. Oh wait, I didn't actually catch up. Sugar's growing out. Yeah, I don't think I would be able to shower in the evening. But when it's really warm, like now, I'll usually rinse off at least once during the day. Yeah, just a quick rinse. At the very least, when it's this hot. But every day I wash myself twice a day. Apparently it's not international, but in the Netherlands we have these things called washcloths, and they're like a glove, except there's no fingers. It's just a piece of cotton that you can wash yourself with, and it does kind of work as a little bit of a scrub. But this is a normal thing. This is a normal thing in the Netherlands. I didn't know this was not an international thing. Just like microfiber cloths, also not an international thing. No clue. What do you mean? What is happening? Oh my god. Stop it. Don't. I don't know what's happening. So I use those to wash myself, and every time I feel disgusting, which is a lot more under the armpits with a heat wave. So I would recommend, if you get overwhelmed or you feel icky and sticky, invest in some washcloths, so you don't have to get into the shower completely. The goddamn gout decided to run me last night. It's still a thing. So wait, is that weather dependent? Like arthritis? Mm, I don't know. I didn't read it before, Jungus, so it probably didn't. Yicht, is that an arthritis related thing? I just yap, okay? Why you have to make me say it out loud? I yap. That's what I'm here for. And I am self-aware about it as well. It's not just that I'm slow. I'm not that slow. I'm actually, my mind is way too quick. This is actually literally my problem. My brain just won't shut up. So this is how self-aware I am. Okay, see, there you go. You can just spam that. Nah, never, never. I'm always a beginner for one, because I don't read the updates. I don't read the updates. I tried to look into the captions, but I couldn't find them with the search thing, and that is really how much energy I had for that day. So never, never. I don't want to be a professional, because then people might start asking me questions, and I don't know anything. I don't know shit about what I'm doing here. Is it uric acid crystallization in the what? Uric acid crystallization in the blood? Oh, there you go. That's so funny. Just so you know, I never touched the toggle of that timed message of that petition, and it just sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's fascinating. The lowest joints capillaries and starts to irritate and cause inflammation in the joints. Oh. So it just does what it wants. Is that what I'm understanding, Chuggas? It's just like I'm whenever it feels like bothering you, it shows up. Is that it? Yapper, you made it as. Well, yes. Okay. Yes. Hello. What? Sam? Is it Sam with some letters in between? Or is that also part Semacht? Oh my gosh. Hello, Vagabond. Please let me know what to do with your name, or can I just call you Vagabond? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. I am chaos on a good day, okay? During winter, I'm also chaos. Now I'm overstimulated, overwhelmed, stressed out, depressed, and very tired. So that is why, when I'm not reading this gem, sarcasm, by the way, in case you don't know what is happening with this. This is not a good book. Do not spend money on this if you can help it. It doesn't need it also, because it's a bestseller, and there's a TV show coming. Overstimulated by cat hairs, actually, at the moment. There's one in my nose, and I don't know how to get it out. After stream, I read this. Has anyone heard about Young Mungo? Yes, that is two guys kissing on the cover. I have actually no clue where we're going, but basically, this is a slice of life, and it's been compared to a little life. Slice of life for people in Glasgow who are very, very poor. It's very sad. It brings you right back to reality, and you realize that this is just silly, and it's great. I was supposed to talk about this yesterday. I didn't. I forgot. I needed to go. I wanted to go. I cry. There's medication for it, but I've not had that to take any in almost a year because I've been able to keep a better diet. But apparently I've been neglecting myself a while, so it's built up again. So now I'm gonna have to go on the meds again for a few weeks. In the summer, it's hard to keep up with a healthy diet. For some reason, at least I just crave sugar. Which is why I was sad when I first came into stream because I realized I forgot to make my hot cocoa. Hot cocoa when it's this hot? Yes. Shut up. Okay. don't judge me. I need my hot cocoa. Okay. Next book. This is what I got from the library. So I have a subscription at the library. And I go there generally the way we used to go to the video rental place. I don't know what they're called. What a good name would be. But you know, most of you will probably remember. You would just go and you looked at a cover and maybe you read the back and you were like, oh, that sounds interesting, and you went home and you watched it and it was either good or bad. So far, I've only had to DNF one book, and that was Sparrow. Hi, White. Cocoa's great. Yes, it is. Some people, when I say I drink hot cocoa during this time, they're like, "What? Are you insane? You're already overstimulated." Yes, and the hot cocoa calms me down. It's nice. Okay, I do wait until it's cooled down a little bit, but it has to be hot cocoa. It's not the same as cold. It's a bunch. Oh, why, Chungas? Oh no, I hope you're doing better. Really? Oh. So, they've been bullying me for my interesting habits for nothing, Telos. Is that what you're saying? How unfair. Oh, I ran out of whipped cream some time ago. It's not healthy for me to have that in my home. It really doesn't survive for more than 48 hours. I'm ashamed to admit. It's the best thing you can do if you don't want to eat things you shouldn't eat. It's just not buy it, and not that you shouldn't eat whipped cream. But if you know of yourself that you will just keep eating it just without anything as a vehicle. So I don't have it anymore. I did get it together with the ice cream, but also already gone. Blockbuster would be a good name. Yeah, I couldn't think of a generic name. Mom and Pop video and game rental place. So a lot of these things are now in libraries as well. I have to say, I played Heavy Rain because of the library. I didn't have a good ending. So, the first book I got last week is The Cat Who Saved the Library by Sosuke Natsukawa. Translated by Louise Heel Kawai, or Kawai, I'm not sure. From the best-selling author of The Cat Who Saved Books. This sounded like a lovely, lovely cozy read. And all I know about it is that as far as Nanami was concerned, there was nothing wrong with the library and the cat combination. It was just that when it came to talking cats, it was a whole other story. So, sounds cozy, sounds interesting. It's not too big, so I should be able to read it in a decent time. I need to catch up with everything, okay? Because I yap! I constantly yap! Actually, also when I read books, because I keep notes, and they're really too extensive. That's a problem. The reverse is also true. If you drink cold drinks in heat, it will cool your core down, decreasing your sweating, which will make you feel even hotter. That makes so much sense, Chungus! That's why I keep okay, so I was wondering why when I have put effort into drinking water, which is colder, I make colder on purpose, if not with ice, why do I actually crave tea after that? It made no sense, but yeah, that makes sense. Uh-oh, did I miss it? Uh-oh, which one? Oops, yes, you're right, thank you. Yeah, so the thing is when you're drinking hot beverages in hot weather, it increases your core temperature just a little bit, which causes your body's regulatory response to increase your sweating, which then evaporates on your skin and carrying that body heat away and making you feel cooler. That makes so much sense. And I just naturally did that. Oh, how amazing. Good job. The pies are made of cherry. Hi, alone fellow. Yes, they are. So I did. Do they? How do you know? Have you been? If so, please tell me about it. I want to know. Distract me from my misery. And all of the. Oh my gosh! You're right. I knew that. I knew. I'm gonna send a few interesting messages. The library system here has a video section with a TV and feature film discs and video game sections in each of the branches. They'll have multiple computers. Yeah, that as well. You have computers you can use, and well, maybe not in cities. In cities, they're a little bit more regulated. But check out your local library, man. I mean, I don't know. You might even be convinced to read. I've been to Egypt like 5 or 6 times. That is so fascinating. I love that. Again, when it's cold here. So hold on, because I've been made fun of for wanting ice cream in winter and hot cocoa in summer, but actually it makes sense. Is that what I'm learning here? Is that you know what? I actually no. Oh, never mind. When we finish this one, I won't be wearing a flower crown. I am going to. Well, is it what was the difference? Did the person say who actually said that? What's the difference between a crown and a tiara? I think I missed it. I probably missed it. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna wear a crown, an actual crown, because I conquered this whatever this is. Honestly, I don't know, man. Let's put it away before I get upset over that as well. Doesn't help with feeling cold or warm in the winter, but it helps you with the soul feeling happy. See, yeah, it does. It does. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. In winter, I want ice cream. I want ice cream, and it's so upsetting that all the good places that sell ice cream close, which makes sense because who wants ice cream in winter? But I do, so I have to make do with generic ice cream. I crave milk after pizza, and people think I'm weird. That is an interesting craving. I can't say I'm a fan of it, but as long as you don't force other people to do it, then but why? Why? You should stay hot. But I love winter. I don't get that cold in winter, Tylos. Um, it's probably partly also because I am have panic disorder also, people. I have CPTSD. So I wake up in a heightened state of what in medical terms would be arousal and stress. And it takes a moment for my medication to kick in. And there are a lot of days this year that they're just not cutting it. And having the overstimulated part of summer on top of that, not just the heat but the brightness as well. I think I'm pretty sure I could deal a lot better with the heat if it wasn't also daylight for 23 hours. I hate it. Genuinely, it upsets me to the degree that it makes me literally cry every day. So I think that is also part of it. Like in winter, it's just a lot easier for me to regulate my system. I think it's just not. It's not my thing. All right, it's just not my thing. and that's usually okay. But with a heat wave, it's really not. It's not. It's. I can't. Gather that a crown is apparently a full circle, and a tiara is not a full circle, but it is a full circle, technically. So a crown. Hold on, I shouldn't have done that. Now it's gonna bother me. Oh no. Polarizing glasses help. I have those, and I used to. I'm gonna give a quick trigger warning for like 1 minute, not even. But I used to wear my hat, just a baseball cap, basically, in summer, because that helped as well. But then I got physically assaulted while wearing it, so I can't do that anymore. So glad I take no meds. I am working on getting off of them because I don't like them. I never liked them to begin with, and I feel like I have the option to and the knowledge to use something different that is hopefully less damaging to my liver. But yeah, it's good to do it without. How do you do it? Cold milk. I have a cocoa ice cream float. I don't have ice cream anymore, Jungas! It's dry heat, so it's easier for me to. Yeah, that also. It's the Netherlands, man. We're not built for this, and for such a long time, it's not good. It's not good. For no one. We lost so many trees in the park as well because of the drought in the last few years. And I hate that. I hate when nature, suffers. I would call it a tiara still. The band is a little bit of a cheat. Fine. Whatever. Flowers. Just the flowers. If even one. I would be happy with just one. If you have a flower in your hair, multiple, crown, tiara, all of it is good. Right, Nordic? Oh, thank you. See? Thank you. I recommend you get one yourself or multiple. I am looking into a few more because I feel like I'm rotating them, but they're just no. You don't need. Will you wear wigs, Daddy? Just live healthy. Okay. I'm gonna choose to not respond to that, Sir Pokemaster. But I'll give you a hint. I'm autistic. Okay, so please move on and do not say that to someone who's literally chronically ill and mentally didn't choose to be in this brain. For the winter time. Oh. Do you know how many unhealthy things I consume in winter times? Because it's my favorite time of year, and everything has cinnamon. It's great. The food in winter is also just winter is just better. Okay, it's just better. It's better food. You're not sweaty. You don't have to wash your hair every other day. It's just better, right? No sunburn. Well, if you say that people don't need meds, just live healthy, I mean, seizures? You're upsetting a lot of people with that, not just me. There's a lot of people who definitely depend on medication. So that's just a really insensitive thing to say. I will not very well. You should try. You should try. I would love to see it. And then wear a flower crown and show me a picture. And then I'll hopefully not cry. Just get yourself a flower. Put it behind your ear instead of a cigarette. More healthy. Flower power. So, moving on. Because I'm reading this, I think I'm overcorrecting. I think I'm overcorrecting with this one. This is the first one I picked up as I walked in. I have no idea what this is about. Hold on. Because like I said, I just picked books in the library that look interesting, and I don't look them up on Goodreads. I don't look at ratings. I just look at what I want to read. So, the information that I have is, hi Wonderland, it's Eartha on a burner account, the real Eartha. I am here to tell you that I'm not insane, that I'm not a liar, that I have been abused by the powerful, and that I want to raise Wonderland to the ground. How am I going to do that? You must be asking yourself, with the only shred of power I have left, the truth. So, a little bit misleading, don't you think? At the front, this sounds a whole lot more creepy. I'm here for it. But I do think it's a little bit of an overcompensation from Ryan. I think with this one, I wanted to remove myself as far away from toxic ice hockey players as I could, and oh wait, maybe I want to read the other book as well when I'm actually done with the book, because apparently this author also wrote "Women Don't Owe You Pretty," and I fully agree. This was written by Florence Given, and apparently also a bestseller, but that's not really, I don't really care about that. Little white rectangles fill the reflections of their irises. They're all plugged in. All of them are unaware of what's going on around them or who is in front of them, collectively yearning for acceptance from their phones. Hi, Jordy. If it was two YouTube videos, if you would say something sooner or later. That is phrased interestingly, Jordy. I hope it's not a threat. Is that a threat? Okay, I'm just gonna move on because it's too hot. It's too hot for a drama, people. A hot, dark story. I had not read this. It was released in 22. I don't think I've heard people talk about it. I just, or at least I don't remember it. And I think this will be one of the first reads that, oh, I see some interesting words in there here. I think I won't show you. I won't show you. It's a original English, it's not a translation. It's not, okay, you're not threatening me? Good, Jordy, because that would be unwise to do that live on stream. Hi, Mad Flash. Today I'm talking about the books that I got from the library without looking them up on Goodreads, like we used to do with movies and stuff. Will you answer? Okay. Next up, we have a title that I did recognize. It is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eriu? I'm not sure how you pronounce this. I don't know what it's about. I didn't even read the back. I just recognized that one of the booktubers that I know talks about it. And I felt like that was enough. Doesn't mean that I'll like it, but, you know, I usually, the people I tend to listen to for books and stuff, I usually tend to like the same things as them. Not always, but usually. So this one says, in a world ruled by the stars, cruel and merciless gods. In a world ruled by the stars, cruel and merciless gods, Ilara has been cursed by fate. A prophecy promises she will fall for a star, but it will kill them both. When the star descends to hunt Ilara, the neighboring kingdom sees an opportunity to steal her from her home. It's very shiny, I'm so sorry. The kingdom of night to Helios, the kingdom of light. Okay, so she's gonna be stolen, okay? Oh, is this a... No, the other way around. Never mind. There, Ilara is forced to either let enemy prince Lorenzo, train her into a weapon worthy of battling against the stars, or to accept her fate. But there are shadows even within the kingdom of light, and they threaten to reveal the darkness in Lorenzo's past and the ancient magic that slumbers in Ilara's veins, and with it all, the undeniable star-crossed pole between them. It's a romancy. Oh, that's sad. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Oh, okay. I'm just joking, Jordy. I'm so sorry. I am having trouble expressing my using my face for expressions. And my inflection is probably pretty flat as well today. I'm sorry. That's not you. It's me. Um, but that makes sense. Yes, it makes sense. Hold on. I want to check something real quick. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Wait. Here, nothing. I'm curious about the artwork. Because good, good, Millie. What did you get? What did you? Ice cream, hot cocoa. You're always allowed some less than healthy stuff. I personally think that it's probably better to allow yourself a little bit of goodness every once in a while, uh, as opposed to being so strict that life becomes a misery, right? I was wondering about the cover of this. Am I up to date? Why is it not scrolling? Hold on. It says here that they were a bit lazy, I think, because it's the cover illustration is copyright by Shutterstock and Getty Images, which is unfortunate. I don't know. I just feel like it's just I follow a few new authors on Instagram. I unfortunately don't know them by name yet because I'm not good with names to begin with, and they are generally with less conventional names for me in the West because they're from Africa and Asia, most of them. And I see that they are working together with artists, and the result is not just a lot more original and authentic, but you can just feel that there's a little bit more love in it. So that's a bit unfortunate. I don't know, but I can't find it here. Does it say here? Maybe if it doesn't say, that means that it was uh, made by someone. Names are difficult, especially these days. You're bombarded with so many names. So I don't. I just wish I could give you their names so you knew who I was talking about. But as soon as I get my hands on some of their the copies, because most of them are I haven't even released their books yet, and there's just so much love and attention they're putting into their own marketing, which is in one way not necessarily great. But I don't want to get into that today because it's just too much. But I do think that it might lead to better circumstances in the future. It's just that I worry about publishers seeing that they can spend less money on their authors and make authors do more work, which may be something that future authors wouldn't be able to do if that is something that they persist in, like, or even make a rule. Do you know what I mean? If in the future publisher are going to expect authors to do their own marketing instead of helping at the very least, I for one would not. I would just not. I don't have that. I can't do that. I don't have that in me. Um, so while I think it's a nice added bonus, and I think if we take it in the direction where the publishers also start taking up artists sooner in the process of marketing, that would be great. But it's just we're on a slippery slope for a lot of things. Extra dark chocolate, that's healthy. I've heard that's healthy. Extra dark chocolate. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than a good book. You cannot convince me there's anything better than a good book. I agree, sir. So yeah, if you know, you know. This is probably overcompensating. I don't think this. Wait, has an. I think these have actual artists then. Oh, that's even more. Wait, huh? Design and layout copyright Octopus Publishing Group. What? Okay. So that could mean they did just go on. Not that there's anything wrong with using that as an artist, but if it's the, I'm not making any sense. Never mind. Did I just read cookies and extra dark chocolate? Okay, now I feel like I should go to the store and get me some snacks. Can you get me some as well, Telos? I'm not going outside today. I have to go outside tomorrow, by the way, because I actually ran out of toothpaste, so I have no choice. Which is probably also why I'm upset today. If we do our own marketing, then what's the point? Hi, Storm. What's the point of them? It's one of the strongest reasons we go through them to put our work out there. If we don't, or if we do, or if we do. I know you say do, but I'm unsure if I understand what you're saying there, Storm. I'm sorry I didn't say hi before. I did see you. Few people have tried to convince me to write, but I could never. Why not? Don't talk yourself down like that. Pokemaster. I don't like that. I want potato and soup. I mean, it makes sense, but oh no, soup sounds not okay to me. Actually, maybe because all my soups are spicy, but soup. My God, I'm eating vegetarian or falafel heroes tonight. If I get hungry, some toffee with this weather. Oh no, that's so sticky. No, I struggle, man. I just now I am awake during the night. It's fine, I guess, with food. I am eating a little bit, but I just during the day right now I haven't eaten yet. And I fear I'm not going to eat until it's dark. You like going to the store? But it's also scorching hot outside. Also, if I buy some chocolates and send them, they'll be completely melted when they arrive. I know, Tylos. It's sad. It's so sad. Why can't we just teleport stuff yet? I feel like we were promised teleportation and flying skateboards. And what did we get promised in Back to the Future? Flying cars? I'm not sure I want flying cars, actually, because people are mad. But good point. I'll put it in the fridge. You hadn't thought of that? It's sticky on a good day. Oh my gosh, everything is melting. Things that shouldn't be melting. My laundry won't dry. It just won't dry. And no, I can't put it outside because people in this town are actual toddlers. Actual toddlers. I cannot. Maybe it's the heat. Maybe everyone is having a heat stroke. I'm not sure what's happening. Hoverboards. They actually do exist? Oh, and self-closing shoes. Why have I not seen them? Tell us. That's so funny. Now it shows up. Why is it showing up? Why is it showing up? Jaws 19? I haven't seen the first Jaws. Jaws were giving very bad rep from Jaws. I remember something about self-closing shoes. Nike made them, but they were so expensive to make. It didn't make any sense. No one is gonna buy that. Potato leek soup with a splash of cream, some cauliflower. Ooh, that does sound very nutritious. Half of potatoes and leek in blender once it's boiled, and then add the rest to the veggies. So I've got a creamy soup with a lot. That sounds kind of delicious, Jonas. I usually have a cream soup, like any soup, because of texture. I'm generally not very good with texture. How fast do I read? It depends on the book, Matt Flash. But you can't really say that because, for example, Young Mungo, Young Mungo here, by Douglas Stewart. By the way, he also wrote Shuggy Bane, very sad about the life of poor people in Scotland. He writes mostly. I don't know about the new release because this year he released a book and I'm not sure what that is about, but probably in the same vein, he basically puts a spotlight on the struggle of people in Scotland, and this one takes place in Glasgow. But that means that because this is a little bit more serious literature, this author has also made the, to me, preferable decision to use the dialect that the people speak in as well in spoken word. So it's just written normally, but when people speak, it's like it's Scottish, right? But Glaswegian, in is that how you say it? In particular, so you just kind of stumble a little bit on those places. At least I do, because I'm not Scottish. I'm not used to Scottish. Not in the written form, at least. I can listen decently. Not everything makes sense, but if someone speaks in actual, I don't know how to pronounce how it's called, but you know what I mean. So it's a little bit slower. Now I am also reading. As before I go to sleep. So when I fall asleep while reading, this is the only way I can close down my brain. I have to exhaust myself to the point of sleeping with a book in my hand. I'm not even joking. So I choose some kind of romantasy that it doesn't necessarily matter if I don't remember everything. It's just I want to say cozy or a comfort read, but it's not, because it's really not depressing, but it's really serious. This series, I'm reading the Sarah J. Maas Throne of Glass series, and it's really a lot more serious than I was expecting, because when you know about Akatar, which was really just face smut, you go into this series as well thinking it's going to be face smut, and it's not. It's really serious. There has been no smut, just like this, really, but in a different way, not toxic. So this, I have read the two books of the series. This is the third book, Air of Fire, and I'm breezing through them, so it's a lot faster. I know I'm saying a lot of words. See, yapping. So it depends, Matt Flesh. It depends on the book. With this, it's going to take until Christmas. Why? Because it's an experience, and you have to really lean into what is happening in Icebreaker. It will pay. I promise. Please don't read it. I'm not joking. Please don't read Icebreaker. Don't do it. Thank you, Pokemaster. I live in English. I read only English these days. Oh, to the person who, thank you for reminding me. I'm sorry, Poka Master. I have a problem with pronunciation today. I'm so sorry. Your name is also new. I apologize. But thank you for reminding me. Someone submitted a Dutch book, and I added it to my TBR in English, because I kind of refuse to read in Dutch. It bothers me. I've never enjoyed reading in Dutch because it feels sharp, I guess, is a way to describe it. In my brain, it doesn't feel smooth, and English is a lot more smooth in my experience. So, are those books cheap lit? Cheap lit? What do you mean with cheap lit? I don't think any lit is cheap. Same, Pokemasters, same. I believe you. I believe you. Those are the words I would use to. I'm sorry, I lost my complete track of thought. What are you saying, sir? What does that mean? I found a video about a hoverboard. Well, a video, but it doesn't. But where are the people? Where are the people using the self-closing shoes and the hoverboards and all the things that we were promised in Back to the Future? Hold on. Sound off. No. I don't like ads. I don't like ads. I know about marketing, so ads are. Oh, about the language. Yeah. So I don't read Dutch books. That was thank you, Danny. It just I don't know. It just feels like it has full stops in words and in sentences. And I taught myself English by watching Dragon Ball Z. Well, I say teach, but kids just soak up language, I feel like. So, I was a kid, I watched Dragon Ball Z, and I taught myself English by being a kid. And ever since, I have been using English. For example, when computers first became a thing, oh, this is a very long video. Maybe I should skip it to the end a little bit. When computers first became a thing, and I sadly was the smartest person in my household, I decided to put the computer on English as well, so I could fix it when needed, because there were not a lot of Dutch guides. Everything was in English, and it was just easier to do it in English. I taught myself to use like Photoshop and stuff. Well, I didn't put the computer because I didn't have my own computer until I was like in my 20s. But the programs that I used, I used in English. I work in English. I read in English. I do everything in English. And now, if I try to read in Dutch, it's I don't know. It just feels wrong. So if you were the person who submitted a Dutch book, it's the same book, but I added it in English. I hope you don't mind. If you say this with shame, I read books in Flemish. Why would you say that with shame, Jordy? Please do not. Don't talk yourself down. It's not necessary. Don't do for free what the world is already paying a lot of money for, which is trying to bring you down so you pay more money for things to make you feel better. Okay? Don't do that. Not necessary. Make them pay for it. So I don't care. If you're reading, I'm proud of you. Thank you for reading. Because that's the point. It's just, personally, I don't know. I just don't like it in Dutch. And I did try to read a Dutch book quite recently, but it's so much pressure in my brain. Hello, Avalon! Welcome. Thank you for the follow. That's how it's written. So, there you go. The Chicago Cubs did finally win the World Series, so that is one thing that happened. It was a year later than what the movie showed, but really? Wait, Blue, what? Hold on. That's so funny. Did he fly? This is not the hoverboard that we were promised. Tylos, I'm so sorry, but this is not I wouldn't know. He's hanging behind a car. The exhaust alone. That's not healthy. Don't do that. Wait, is it going on water? See, there's not going to be a lot of water in a few years because the sun won't stop. Can it stop? Can we make it stop, please? Ooh, pretty rainbow. I do like that. He's making a rainbow. It's a rainbow maker. It's not a hoverboard. He's making rainbows. That's okay too. I went to a candle book market last Sunday. I'm so jealous. Unfortunately, they don't sell a lot of English books there, mainly Dutch. I found a nice book called The Bookbinder in Dutch. Yeah. So when I lived in the UK, I didn't mind going to the grocery store that much because I knew that after the checkout there was a whole stall of free books that you could just take. You have to leave anything. You could make a donation and you could just take whatever you wanted. So there was an endless supply of free English books every time I went to the grocery store. And in the Netherlands, it's just, we don't read a lot of English. So even if you go to a market or an actual book fair, usually the English part is really disappointing, and that's sad. But that's just the way it is in the Netherlands. We don't read a lot, and that means that if you do read, and in Dutch, don't be ashamed. You're reading. The people who should be ashamed are the people who are missing out. No, don't be ashamed. Shame is a nasty feeling. Don't feel ashamed. Thank you, Pokemaster. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate a name like Armpit Fartmaster. Hello. I mean, what if that comes out in real life? Is that a thing that you're known for? That's an interesting name. I will do so. You have a good day, Pokemaster. Bye. Armpit farts in this weather. Damn, it is a bit savage. But it's just I have always had trouble with coming up with usernames, even though, I was one of the lucky ones growing up online, so we had a lot more options. I just didn't know what to do. So when I see something like that, I'm like, yeah, are you? Is that why? It's the right metaphor. Boca. I feel like that is awfully close to a curse word in Malaysian. So I'm not gonna say that anymore. I have one more book, Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. I recognized both of these, both the title and the author. I'm not sure why. Again, even if I recognize an author or a book, I don't go to Goodreads to find out more about it. I just take it with me, and I find out at home if it's something that I enjoy or not. Hold on. Now I want to know. Her Instagram is on here. That's so funny. I have not seen that yet. Here, okay, so here, the cover image, the actual photographer is credited here. Hold on. Is that so? Okay, there's an actual illustrator. That is interesting. That's interesting. Hmm. Uh. Yeah, it's so shiny. What does it say? Ella Lotham? No, I'm tempted to look this person up. Why was there not more effort put into the cover design? Not that it's not pretty, but you do feel it, or I feel like you can feel it a little bit. Boca made me think of Pika from Pikachu. That's better, titles. Let's keep it at that. I feel like it's awfully close to a Malaysian curse word. Being early with you, I did also not take advantage of being early with usernames. There's people who made so much money just with usernames. It's absolutely ridiculous. Never would have thought of it. Misdaadstraf, dode zielen, de oude man en de zee. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! My brain. I understand what you're saying. I know each of those books. I just have to read Dead Souls. I have it on my TBR. Oh gosh, is that one of my? I'm sorry. I have to process something. I realized something that I'm not happy with. Hold on. We're supposed to frolic. We're supposed to be just silly little fairies with flower crowns and hobbit holes so we don't overheat in summer and have cozy warmth in winter. But instead, humans are so silly. Why do we do this? Why do we do this to ourselves? It does sound better in English. Yes, I have Dead Souls. I have read Crime and Punishment and The Old Man and the Sea. Highly recommend Old Man and the Sea. I know that it's Hemingway, right? It's a bit problematic if it's Hemingway, but that is one of the most brilliantly set up stories that it will make you think a lot more than the book itself might make you assume. That one isn't too bad. It's not too bad, but the other one's just, I don't know. It's interesting. Hi, Lulu. You just made a birthday wish call to a friend. It's Father's Day in the Netherlands, just so you know. I don't think Dad is in here anymore. I have to go make a call in a little bit. I haven't called him yet. Because I was crying before stream. So I thought, maybe not. Some books be lazy covered. It's sad, Lulu, don't you think? I mean, again, it's not that it's not pretty. And if you use stuff like Shutterstock and Getty Images as an artist, that's what it's for, right? But for a publisher to directly use it, it's just a missed opportunity, and you're cutting off part of what makes the industry such a beautiful place, which is that it's creative on so many levels. Writing a book, publishing a book, and even especially in the fantasy world, I guess a lot of authors, writers will also make their own art. You know, it's kind of integral to the craft, I feel like, to me at least. So to kind of go around an artist is cheap, and I feel like this author deserved more, is also what I'm trying to say. The author themselves deserves more than a stock image. Do you know how much time it takes to write a book of 400 pages, 500 pages, and edit it, and make it cohesive, and have no plot holes, and have fully fleshed out characters? If you don't, you know, think in money and actually do what Donatart does and put in your hours, it could take years. Speaking of Donatart, does anyone have any news on Donatart? Should I look it up? I haven't told you what this is about yet, have I? No, I haven't. I'll do that first. Ava Reed also wrote... What did she write? What did I read from Ava Reed? Yeah, it is. Same, Danny. That's interesting. It really is a small world. What the hell? But I'm gonna make a call anyway. Wait, I don't think I understood a message that I got yesterday. I really have to go check that in a second. Okay. I think I misunderstood something. I'm starting to wonder, wait, what is happening here? What do you mean? That would be madness, okay? But at this point, I wouldn't be surprised, because it's the day that that you guys talked about this character from Rocky 4, which I have not seen Rocky 4. I haven't seen Rocky. I'm so sorry if you love Rocky, but it's not something that I gravitate towards. So you guys talked about this, to me, niche character in Rocky 4, and that evening, I come across that character in Young Mungo. I would never have known who that was. How does that happen? How? Yeah, what? What do you mean? Wait, am I missing a joke? I refuse to watch Rocky. Why, Lulu? It's not. I'm not judging it. It's just not something I have seen. It's not something I gravitate towards. And it was just. I felt like am I actually in a simulation? And I've been thinking that so much lately. Like, is this is unreal? I don't get this. It makes no sense. Something went wrong in the coding of this timeline because how else can we explain what is going on? It makes no sense. And the synchronicities of the last few years are actually upsetting. I don't care about boxes. I also haven't seen Rocky. Is it? It's a bit of a cult classic. I feel like not having seen Rocky can upset a few people. Oh, it's from Rocky. I don't know that. How am I supposed to know? I didn't even know that I've been quoting Yoda for years. And all I can think about now is, did people think I was making fun of it? Why did nobody tell me? I feel like a bit of a fool. I genuinely, I can't even speak now anymore because for years, I've been quoting Yoda. And I didn't know. I don't think I have even seen those movies. But we're likely to watch Rocky and Bullwinkle? Hi Garfield, what is Bullwinkle? Well, if so, my coding is absolutely wrecked. Or someone is just cruel. Have you seen people play The Sims? Have you seen people play The Sims? Imagine if this is a simulation. Imagine people playing The Sims. We used to... I didn't. Oh, hold on. I didn't. But we used to abuse the fact that The Sims weren't very smart, so you could put them in a swimming pool and they wouldn't be able to get out if you got rid of the stairs or whatever, the ladder. So they would just drown because they were too stupid to get out. I have not, Garfield. I apologize. I am severely uncultured. Don't mistake my being decently read for actual knowledge or any kind of wisdom. I really should add that to my channel. That everything I say is in pencil. I know nothing. Okay, I've seen nothing, and I was not motivated to actually learn things growing up. But I also had no control over the remote control. Never. Rock and Bullwinkle is good. What is this? Should I look it up? I don't think it counts. By the way, it doesn't count, Tylos. That's not what we were promised. It's not very well known in the Netherlands. Oh, okay. So it's not just me. If they're playing as Sims, they're cruel, just like I'd be when playing the game. I mean, doesn't the guy that has the name of a certain smell kind of feel like he just had the cheat code? Maybe still has the cheat code. Because how? I expected Basil's to be first. I feel like he knows the cheat code. Is it Rosebush? Rosebush? Rosebud? Or no, Motherlode. Motherlode gives you a lot of money in The Sims. Yeah, Mr. Trillionaire. I really thought it would be Basil's because Basil's it really is kind of scary. How? Oh, I should have turned that off. Well, anyway, he's everywhere, and the whole world depends on Amazon, whether we like it or not. Because even if you buy, for example, I don't mean to demotivate you, but say you buy from a local artist, the chances are high that they source at least part of their stuff through Amazon, right? So it's just astonishing to me that he is the one who made it to Trillionaire first. See what I mean with the cheat code? Maybe this is The Sims. The live action movie, Cyclops, of the cartoon that I know nothing about. I know one of them is a moose? Do I know this? Is it Boosh boosh. God dang. I'm not allowed to copy, so I'll just go here. I don't know this. No, I don't know this. I'm really sure. I've never heard of this. Rosebud is from Citizen Kane. I have not seen this. I do know it though, so that's something. That is great for its technical and narrative techniques, but just not that interesting of a movie. It has such a good name, but I have learned the hard way that a good name does not equal a good story. Atlas Shrugged. Ugh, so disappointed. As an author listed on Amazon, thank you 60 to 70% of my profit. That is mad! Seriously? I had no idea, White. Holy crap! Whoa! I had no idea. That's so much! That makes no sense! I know, yes, a cow. I know Booz Booz is a cow, but I thought maybe we have a mistranslation here because that's the only thing I could think of. I love Booz Booz. Booz Booz was really hectic. I did enjoy that every once in a while, but it's not Booz Booz. Our cartoons were really silly. But knowing that is ridiculous and upsetting. That is so upsetting because especially living in the Netherlands, reading niche books, I just depend on that website most of the time. I used to buy from Book Depository, but then Amazon bought it up. So if you know any good website that ships internationally, please let me know. Because I would love to not depend on Amazon more than I need to, because it really does get more than enough of my money already. I depend on it for lots of things, living in a small town, not being able to go outside during summer, and not having a driver's license. So, you know, I really do depend on some items from Amazon. But when it comes to books, I did also try to buy directly from authors, but not everyone is able to do that, right? That's mad. It holds up, Millie? Boosh boosh? Interesting. Interesting. What about oh no, I don't know the name actually. Uh the cartoon with the little boy that showed his butt to everyone and called his teacher or something a PDF. I didn't necessarily watch it, but it was on sometimes. I'm not gonna sing. I'm too upset today. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was funny. I did enjoy Boosh Boosh. I don't know why. What? No! 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 Wait! I sell at £10 paperback, which costs $4.60 to print. Does it? I earn £1 and 81 pence. What about ebooks? What about ebooks? Because that one is, I'm sorry, I need to process. Holy crap. That's a scam. They're such a big player. Yeah, you have no choice. That's why they get away with it, I'm guessing. And why when it comes to books, I do want to step away. Yeah, exactly, Danny. That's also something that I am hyper aware of. Um, you need reviews to spark up the algorithm to get marketed. I'll see if I can She probably updated because there's this one book that I'm looking forward to. I can't I need to tell you what this is about actually still. And she hasn't even published her book yet, and she has just been signed by Penguin because of the way she has used her social media to get published officially. And apparently, her pre-orders have already made her a number one best-selling author, which means that there were, I think that it means there's 100,000 units sold. I think books. I'm not entirely sure about the number there, but I think it was 100,000 units to become a New York Times bestseller. Uh, and it isn't even released yet, that book, as she's a new author. And she recently, a few days ago I think, made a post about how she did that. So if you're on Discord, I'll post it in books, okay, her Instagram account, so you can take a peek. I love it when people share how they managed to work the algorithm a little bit, because there are tricks. There are things you can do to help yourself out. I do remember that she did do an awful lot of work. She makes a lot of posts, and I personally am someone who, when I follow an artist or an author or someone who uses their social media for to get traction and to sell things, basically to propel their brand forward, or sell their product. I like everything they post. It doesn't matter if I necessarily like what that is. Because I kind of endorse them, and that also goes for, or especially goes for posts that are kind of the same, because they're truly marketing purposes. And if you have the desire to do so, I would recommend you do that, because it really helps. Yes, I will do so as well. Yeah, I should, Danny. I'm scared to speak up there. I give a and what it an icon remote. What is that kind of response where you do a little bit of an emote, but actually speaking up over an Elbas is a little bit scary. Ebooks are slightly more profitable. That's no. I am very angry. I'm extremely angry. Because that is literally, there is no cost. There is no cost there. That's insane. Please don't tell. I'm not cursing. I'm just yelling. That's why I turned it on, because I needed to. Whoo. Okay. Good to know. Thank you for sharing that way. I feel like more people should know about that. And the only reason they can get away with it is because they have a monopoly, and they bought up Book Depository, which is where I used to buy my books, and ever since they just have a monopoly. That's actually insane. And now I think about it, there were a few other um, small businesses run by real people uh, that were buying up large stocks, overstocked stuff, books. I'm talking about. At the same time, the depository was a thing, and it seemed like there was this growth of uh, people who did the same thing as the book depository, and they basically bought up huge chunks of books, and they were able to sell them at a decent price, and had worldwide free shipping. Even it was amazing. It was a great website. And like I said, I feel like there were more people who were doing that. Were they all bought out or something? Because now think about it, they just disappeared. They just disappeared, and I don't. I haven't seen anything like it in years. The sort of gig people have told me that my book is good. I need to tell them, tell others to make a difference. Yeah, word of mouth is the best way to sell a product, because we tend to trust other people more than advertisements. It's an actual strategy, which is what I think they did with this. Actually, I think they used the word of mouth strategy to make this a success. Have you heard of Donner Bookstore? Based on, I used to go there every weekend at the very least, Blue. I've lived in Rotterdam, and that was one of my favorite places to go. I don't think it exists as it did anymore, but that was a lovely place. I wish I could go to what's the one called in Waterstones. I love Waterstones, but really only because it's as far as I know the only completely English bookstore in the entirety of the Netherlands. I'm gonna look for that specific author. She wrote, what was it? There's just a few that I found in close proximity as well. So she wrote a book about her family. She made a fantasy about it. I think it's a fantasy, but it's about her family, her history in Korea, and how her family got separated. A family member got separated, or multiple, I'm not entirely sure. And she, what I can tell you is that it helps to have highly personalized artwork. And, well, I think posting daily, even if it means posts with only a slight difference in them. And again, if you want to support someone, liking a post is free. It doesn't cost you anything. So if you want to support and follow people for their artwork or whatever, I would ask you to consider changing your mindset about how you like posts. So instead of just liking the post, see it as liking the person as a whole, their entire means of existence, really, because a lot of people, like here, depend on marketing like this. The Donner Party. We read a book about it, Millie. It was horrifying. Horrifying story. You don't have a clip channel? I don't. A clip channel for what, Millie? For Twitch. I can make one. Do you want one? Dinner kebab, not dinner bookstore. Dinner party. Wait, does it still exist though? Because I feel like it was closed or changed by the time I moved away from Rotterdam. And whilst you think or answer or not, let me tell you about Lady Macbeth, because this is the last one that I chose, and I chose this not necessarily. I just recognized Ava Reed. Let me see what I read from her though. Oh no, I deleted all the cookies. I was cleaning. Yeah, I can't sign in. Oh, great. Hold on, I can look up her books though. I am such a freaking idiot. A Study in Drowning. I loved A Study in Drowning. I need to read the second book. A Study in Drowning is a beautiful, beautiful duology. I haven't read the second book yet, but there's. How do I explain this? I haven't made a video in a long time, so I'm not practiced in this. But hear me out. A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed is a magical realism. And I don't remember the specifics of the story at the moment, but what I remember most vividly is how it is built up. The imagery of water and drowning is done masterfully. And by the time you realize what is happening, I'm getting goosebumps. You're too deep in it, and it's so immersive. Great book. I highly recommend A Study in Drowning. Now, I can't say anything about the second book quite yet because I haven't read it yet, but see it as what's the comparison in video or something? think of music and how it builds up to a crescendo. That is what she did in A Study in Drowning, with the world and the story, naturally. But how she did, I can't, because I'll ruin it if I give details. It was amazing. I loved it so much, and I read it maybe in 2 days, maybe. So yeah, that's why I guess I picked up Macbeth by Ava Reid, Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid, because I kind of trust that author now. Hopefully she won't break my heart, because I can't bear it. I can't bear it. I will make clips. Hold on. I'm gonna be a little bit lazy. No, just Twitch clips. I would like it if you made clips. Actually, it would help me to promote myself on Instagram, I guess. But also, maybe we can get a few emotes out of it. What do I do? A forum? Wait, since when? Never mind. I don't need to be called out. Just text, right? Forum. Hi, Brian. No. I do not give consent. I'm sorry. You'll have to find someone else. How are you doing today? After the third donor bot. Really, Blue? Do you feel it? Or are you making a joke? Study in Drowning is a follow-up book? What's it called? Study... Autopsy for Drowning. I don't know. Wait, hold on. That's a good one. A Theory of Dreaming. Oh, right. Because I can't speak because I'm going to spoil it, and that would be very sad. Okay? It's a great story. It's not too serious, I guess. I feel like it's a lovely read. Hold on, I keep forgetting to read what is on the back of this one. So I don't know what this is about. I've heard about it, people talked about it, but it's the author that stood out to me and why I took it with me. Let me see. It's a reimagining of Lady Macbeth, which okay. Sorry for all the sidebars, but the funny thing about this is I have not read Shakespeare, and I have a lot of trouble with it. I have a lot of his plays, but I just can't seem to get myself through it. So I have read Hamnet, which is also a reiteration of a Shakespeare, of Hamlet, and now I'm going to do this, but I have still not read Shakespeare. Anyway, Shakespeare's most famous villainess, giving her a voice, a past, and a power that transforms the story men have written for her. Okay. The lady knows the stories, how her eyes induce madness in men. The lady knows she will wed to the Scottish brute who does not leave his warrior ways behind when he comes to the marriage bed. The lady knows his hostile, suspicious court will be a game of strategy, requiring all of her wiles and hidden witchcraft to survive. But the lady does not know her husband has occult secrets of his own. She does not know that prophecy girds him like armor. She does not know that her magic is greater than and more poison. Her magic is greater and more dangerous, and that it will threaten to the order of the world. She does not know this yet, but she will. But yeah, I can't read Shakespeare, so I guess this is how I'm reading Shakespeare. I'm just. Hamnet was also really good. I read it at an unfortunate time. And it broke my heart, so I am not sure I can give you an unbiased recommendation, but I felt like it was really well written, and it touched my heart, so to say. It was a good story. Yeah, tell us, we're not. I mean, we got this out of it. I don't have an eye for this stuff. I would never have noticed this, but we wouldn't have this one if it wasn't for the clip. Was big at the Oscars? Hamnet. They made a movie of Hamnet? Really? Who is in it? Who? I didn't know that. When? I'm kind of sad. I kind of wish I had seen it, but I know now. Even if I tell you that I will, I won't. Okay. Is it okay that my Bible is pink, Kaido? I have a pink Bible. I haven't read it yet. It's on my TBR. So, if anyone knows about other books that treat that reimagine stories of Shakespeare, please let me know, because apparently that is the only way I will ever be able to read Shakespeare. This year's Oscars? How did I completely miss that? Hold on. Who was in it? Has anyone seen it? Why are you saying The Lion King out of nowhere? Oh, Winston's butt. Yeah, it's my favorite. You haven't seen it, okay? It's my favorite emote ever. Who are those people? Hold on, I need to go to IMDb. Oh, isn't she from? No, I'm not sure actually. Oh, he's gonna hate that. He's gonna hate that. A lot of people will say what I'm about to say, but the only person I recognize is Joe Alwyn, and the only reason I recognize him is because of Taylor Swift. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like that, from what I know about him. I don't know any of these people. Which is not a bad thing, by the way. That's not a bad thing. I actually prefer that. I prefer having new people in there. But also, if it had been known people, I wanted to know who were chosen. Do I know them? No, I don't. I really don't. Interesting. No, actually not, Talos. Not. But there's no way around it, is there? Everyone talks about her, always. And the Swifties are really intense. So I love Taylor, I do, but I just don't listen to her. Okay, is that okay? Please don't cancel me. Please don't cancel me. The Lion King is also a reimagining of Hamlet, so I've heard. See, this is now I'm running into a problem which I had not considered, because Hamnet is not about Hamlet; it's about someone else. So I actually don't know still what Hamlet is about. Let's say, wait, hold on. I'll take it back. I am a Swiftie. I think that's the safer answer here, Tylos. Thought it would have been funny if Rafik held up Simba on Pride Rogue Link. What is this? No Bible spoilers, but Christmas Day and Easter are central to the plot. Zombie may appear. What? Wait. Do you know why? What ultimately? I genuinely, I've always hold on. I've always wanted to read the Torah, the Quran, and the Bible for reasons. Doesn't matter right now. So I've always wanted to, but what ultimately pushed me to buy the Bible was because I saw. And this is why social media isn't necessarily bad, and using it to decompress is also not necessarily bad, because it inspired me to buy the Bible, and I am going to read it, but not this year. This year is just... the reel was about one quote about, and David danced before the Lord with all his might, and that, it had me. Now I have to know. I have to know. And I know I can look it up. I can look up that specific scene, so to say. But I don't want to. I want the entire experience now. How did he get there? Why is he dancing? Why? What? So, social media isn't that bad. It inspired me to get into the Bible at some point. And I know I say this in a little bit with a jest, but I mean it. I'm serious. I have a Bible, and I am going to read it very seriously. I'm not going to make a joke of it. I promise. But the reel was kind of funny. And it leaves a lot to the imagination. The Lion King is being cancelled? No, have you not seen Swifties in action, Tylos? Are you not aware of how swift the Swifties are? It should it should be studied to read Shakespeare, but now I think I wouldn't I enjoy it. Well, Jordy, the reason I can't read Shakespeare is because I have trouble with the format. I can't read any plays. It has nothing to do with Shakespeare per se. I try to read. Oh, it's 4. I have to go. I try to read other plays, and it's just not. I'm not good at it, and also not good at reading epic poems, or poems in general. I'm trying to, but it's just not my thing. I love books for their immersive qualities, that I can lose myself in it a little bit. Not always. Not always. Sometimes it brings me right back to reality, but most of the time I enjoy books to just exist in, right? And that's really hard with a play. And for me, with an epic, it just I don't understand how to read it. It makes no sense, and I feel like it's maybe a bit of an autism problem, that it just makes me stutter in my brain. But it could also just be personal. I just read normal books. See, this is why I know nothing. I can't even read all the books. I'm a fake. Why do you think I have imposter syndrome? Actually, I a bad reader. I assume so, Danny. I think they have the rights to all the Swiffers, actually. You struggle with fantasy? Why do you struggle with fantasy? What is your issue? Well, issue, that's a bad word. Because I didn't like fantasy until I read Pratchett and Adam Douglas. Adam Douglas is from Hitchhiker's Guide. That's what changed my mind, and now I kind of know what I enjoy when it comes to fantasy. But I'll read anything except plays and epics. One of my dearest friends loved Warrior Cat, so she got my one cat as a gift. I did look at it. I was like, how do I get do this? What is that? I have the same thing with movie musicals. It depends. I adore, what is it called? Les Miserables. I think that's beautiful. But in general, I also don't like musicals. It's distressing. So if I use a Swiffer, does that mean I am a Swiftie? Danny, I promise you the safe answer is yes. Always say you're a Swiftie. Okay? I need to go. I'm gonna cancel myself. They're gonna find me, and I don't want trouble. I promise. I have no bad words. I don't scream. What? But I did read the first page of Crime and Punishment with that book. I was like, I wish I owned it. It's a good one. It's a Crime and Punishment, but well, Dostoevsky is just great in general. I do need to go though, actually, because it's past 4. I have some things to do yet. I won't be back tomorrow though. I have to cancel tomorrow's stream. I have no toothpaste, so I have to go. I was unable to get all the groceries I needed to prepare me for a heat wave last week, so I have to suffer now. I'm sorry. Oh, I have, Jordy. I have. Oh, now, yes. I think I even have a copy of them as an ebook. But speaking of ebooks, that is truly upsetting. I feel like we should talk about this a little bit more. It's genuinely too upsetting to actually talk about right now, because I was convinced that if you bought ebooks, that technically the author got more. And especially in combination with what has happened with Kindle, it's highly upsetting. And I feel like we should find another place to go to as readers and authors alike. You too, Millie, and everyone, please try to stay hydrated and use sunscreen, even if you don't go outside. Is it a first? Interesting. I mean it though. I have enough for tomorrow, tonight, if I do my best, and then I have to have to go get a new one. I am so upset about that. But it's not tomorrow yet. So I will be continuing. The readathon is not over. So I'll explain it in short. We are in the middle of a community event during which I am reading this book on stream. I'm not reading out loud. I'm just reading myself. We are normally supposed to be sort of a productivity kind of stream. I try, at least. But for the duration of the readathon, I don't mute myself. So the focus it has left the building, I'm afraid, for most people, I think. Because normally I mute myself and I do try to get a little bit more work done. But for the sake of the celebration of the community and the fact that we're all still alive, it's amazing. We're doing a readathon, and that will continue on Tuesday. I am streaming every day that I can. I am also chronically ill, so I have to cancel every once in a while. But I really need to lock in this week, okay? So for the coming week, I'll be reading and hopefully finishing Icebreaker, because I do need it to be done, right? I'm saying that actually because the thing is, if I go outside tomorrow, I have to go outside during the hottest time of day, because that is the only time that I can afford closing down the windows and stuff in this building. I basically live in a greenhouse, and that I have pets. That is genuinely the only time that I can afford to leave my house for longer than 20 minutes without the temperature rising ridiculously instantly. So I have endometriosis, and I am going to get an episode in the coming few days. So it could be that I get really, really, really overstimulated. I'm upset now. You don't want to see me tomorrow when I get back home. You're not allowed. No one is allowed to see me tomorrow when I get back home. So it might be that I do need a recovery day on Tuesday. But normally I just stream from Sunday to Wednesday. But for the duration of this amazing piece of work, I will be streaming every day. So don't worry. I'll be here all the days that I am able to. All right? Cut it in half. Get all. Well, I've been postponing going outside for a few days now. I thought a lot of things. That's the problem. All right, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry, I'm upset today. It's not you, it's me. Okay, just to be clear, I'm upset. I'm overstimulated. But I thank you truly for spending some time with me and let me yap about books a little bit with a lot of detours and sidebars. But it does help me. So I thank you. Your time is very valuable and you are important. Whether you believe me or not, you truly are. And I hope to see you soon. Okay? Don't forget to drink water. Please use sunscreen. I know it's sticky and but it's really necessary. Okay? Try to be kind, especially to yourself, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.